Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's going to be a quick video, just a small series that I'm doing to cover a variety of functions here in Calypso or some other stuff that I've been working on lately. In this case, it'll be some of the other stuff that I'm working on lately. I'm going to focus again using some of these NIST test models as they are all public domain or publicly available with nice drawings and GD&T. So right here, I'm playing around with this NIST model, which is the NIST PMI test model, NIST FPC06. And what I'm actually playing with is a little something that I put together, uh, for ChatGPT. And I do use a ChatGPT Teams environment. So this is the little bit of an upgraded service that does allow for the creation of GPTs as well as having a private environment rather than a public internet. So what I did was I went ahead and gathered up a bunch of the materials that I've written in my 23 plus years of being a Calypso trainer for Zeiss. And well, I used it to teach this GPT how to use Calypso. So without further ado, let's see what it can do. Add some files. And we're just going to grab that. Let's sit there, open, and we'll ask the GPT. I am creating a Firehead program for payment. Please view the drawing and model with specific advice on how to start the um, type the word out. I would be dangerous at this. It's funny, recently I was using GPT and I told it to write the letter more like I wrote it, and it literally put in a TEH for the, saying, yeah, there we go. Now we sound like it. So let's go ahead and do that. We've attached a drawing and a CAD model and ask it some basics. Let's see what it can do. So here we are using the GPT 5.0 engine that just came out. And even though I have it set to use the regular 5 rather than the thinking model or the pro model, it's still thinking about it. So thought for 22 seconds. Thanks for sharing the step. Here's a tight Calypso ready way to kick off the program so you're aligned with the drawing rules and won't paint yourself into a corner later. What the drawing tells us. Drawing inches, model versus drawing, direct tolerance, global profile note. Setup in Calypso. Import the step file, settings to inch in CAD. Use CAD nominal since the model is basic. And remember that any direct tolerance dimensions in drawing must be entered explicitly into characteristics. Safety first, create the clearance plane, base alignment. Unless you're constrained to a passive, plan for the extant gold. 3 to 5 millimeter ruby, 40 to 60 length for the pockets, one longer stylus for the deep bores, short star L if you must reach the sidewalls or under overhangs. So pre-alignment check, a quick 3, 2, 1, measure a force plan, use pre-alignment, true base alignment, confirmed. So that's my primary, secondary, and tertiary. A plan, the dense raster, spatial rotation, measure alongside, we'll use as B, and measure C. I don't know, this is still feeling a little generic for me. Global strategy, build rapport strategies. This is all generic. I don't know. Which senior post do you pick? What face you chosen for B and C? There's a few candidates on this one. Yeah, I'm not overly impressed by what it just did off the bat. Let's take a look at it. So here's the drawing. It isn't the clearest drawing as far as that goes, maybe because of the 3D views. I don't know, that might be a little more difficult for the GPT. Let's ask it some questions and see if it can figure things out. Let's give that a try. We'll come back over here. That sounds like pretty generic device. Please list the characteristics that I need to create in this part. I can spell the word characteristic. Apparently, I would be dangerous as well. Let's see what we can do there. Well, the advice was wrong, it just wasn't useful. Generic. Oh, here we go. Flatness of A, if explicitly called, if specified. Check dimension plus check for flatness. Parallelism, run out. I don't know. I don't think it's really strong. Let's see. A bunch of true positions. So give me there's a profile, there's a flatness again. Profile. Data targets, positions. That's all. So that does not seem to align with my drawing. Please look at the drawing again. So it does seem to be taking a minute to think about this. So hopefully that indicates it's actually looking at the drawing here. Inferring from images. Sounds like it's trying to do something. But will it successfully interpret the drawing? Pretty much we expected to talk about profiles, true positions, and all of that. This is a more of a try a slightly different drawing, maybe a more traditional view layout, probably easier for the AI to deal with. It's definitely thinking about it for a while, so that was unexpected. So it's now lost in AI land. Hey there. Education, number 7. Organizing visible datums and specifications. Clarifying details and citations. I mean, it's kind of specific to what we're doing, but I'll be honest with you, it also has that sort of looking at a blue line spinning kind of feel. Those are generic stuff. So, what do you got for me? Defining features list. Okay, well, it does seem like it's doing some actions. Well, now it's reading the documents. I don't know. I don't know, GPT. I don't know. Page 3, page 2. Okay, well, again, just as I'm about to give up to you, on you, you're kind of doing stuff, finalizing features list. It's definitely working on this. It's definitely. I mean, like now I've waited so long that I'm actually expecting it to do something. 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Last pass was too generic. Reread. Pulled the characteristics straight off the FTC views. Okay. Datum set features you must measure and declare. Yeah, we're talking A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Sounding pretty good. Sounding pretty good. Characteristics, view by view call out. 4 holes, 4 position. Now we're talking. Wow, see? AI is always like that, and you can't let it be lazy. Okay. And then it has a series of questions, Calypso implementation notes, so these evaluate correctly. For F, if you want, I can drop these in their ready run starter plan and wire up the DRFs with confirm with each of the 4 datums individually. Let's go with yes. And yes. Okay, well, I would say that portion was pretty impressive. It definitely is reacting to the drawing. It hasn't necessarily told us anything we're going to be like, okay, that's what we're going to do in Calypso. So good. Okay, here we go. For 36 seconds. Here's the exact characteristic list wired to your choices. View A, view B, view C, position characteristics, surface sets, one profile characteristic. Want all stub. What's stub? All stub. A starter plan? No idea. ABC. Just say CMM plus program you're on. Then I'll default the strategies to XT bold unless you're on. And so again, these weird outputs here. So yes, XT bold. Starter, star. Okay, well, now we're getting a little more Calypso specific. It's definitely pulling in some cookbook stuff here. As we do a start alignment, required characteristics. Okay, not bad, not bad. Feature by feature Calypso program skeleton and proper DRFs, so you can load the step file directly and start inserting characteristics. That would cut your programming time in half. Wow, sounds amazing. Yes, please do that. So looks like it's going to go ahead and do some stuff. We'll see if it actually generates something usable again. Call for 12 seconds this time. Okay, okay. I'm looking at the dot, so let's lock in a starter plan. You can paste right into Calypso build. Units inch. Plane A, plane B. Oh, these are the names I could use for characteristics. Nice. It's pretty specific. Try to set up each one in Calypso. Create the patterns. Value pattern, update the initial features. You get both. And then we'll run order. What? So I'm not going to push any further. I don't really think any of this is real at this point. Some interesting stuff. To me, definitely the Calypso Assistant needs a little more work, or at least a little bit cleaner drawing than this one. But nice little preview. Thanks for watching. I'll go ahead and be playing with it a few more times, see if we can nail this down on its